Hello everybody, Dr. Shivaram here with a very interesting topic, another interesting topic. See, look, just the other day I was talking to my wife and we were discussing as to when my father, my late father, became a grandfather for the first time, at what age. And if I remember correctly, my father was around 55 in the year 1985 when my older sister gave birth to a first child in Delhi, and that's when he became the grandfather for the first time. Now, if I compare my father with my own situation, see, I am nearing 60 now, and I'm yet to become a grandfather. Now, part of the reason could be that my son is still, only 20 years of age, not yet attained the marriageable age. But that being aside, if I look at my kith and kin of people of my same age, I find that very few of them have become grandfathers. Okay, they have children at the marriageable age. Okay, a few of them are like me, where the children are yet to be yet to reach the marriageable age, but most of them have children of the marriageable age, but yet to be married, or if they are married, they don't have their children don't have children. So, which means in net effect, there is no grandchildren, with a few exceptions here and there. Okay. Now, if you ask them as to why their children are not are not getting married, as to what is the reason for this, many of them say that the children are not getting married, or the children are not interested in getting married, and children, they are even afraid to preach the topic of marriage to their children. It's a far cry from my days when I was a young man, when my parents decided my marriage. So here, my friends and relatives are not even able to discuss the aspect of marriage with their children. There is so much hesitancy there. Okay, all right, and and of course, some of them, the children are married, but the children have not yet have children, so no grandchildren, right? Okay, so the thing is, now if you ask their children themselves as to why they are not getting married, so many reasons come out. Many of them want to be single. So they are saying, uncle, we don't want to get married because we see so many of the other friends, their marriage failed, false dowry cases, this and that, so many things, divorces, so many things. They don't want to get married. And some of them are saying, they don't want to get married and having children because raising children is very expensive these days, especially, and I agree with them, it's become very, very expensive to raise a child. So everything put together, this is what is happening today. Gen X, at least myself, the later part of Gen X, who are in the 60s and beyond, I am not seeing, much productivity in terms of having grandchildren. Okay, so all in all, there is a sense of angst, unspoken angst and helplessness. So they don't talk to you about it. They all are very well settled, big houses and everything, but the houses are empty of the laughter of grandchildren, right? So there's an unspoken helplessness as to the children. Whether they feel any sort of helplessness because they're not getting married, I don't know. Because see, when I was a young man, I did not want to get married, but somehow I was convinced into marriage arrangement, the typical setting those days. I got married, but then I did not want to have a child. Then it took me 12 years to change my mind, because I was suddenly starting feeling helpless. Oh, why I need to have a child? Because I was looking, all my other friends were having children. So then I also changed my mind and I became a father eventually at the age of 40. So whether these children who are not getting married or who are not having children themselves, whether they will change their mind eventually, we don't know. Look, because people do change with time. See, but nothing can be predicted. But all in all, what this indicate, this is a big defeat for our society, Hindu society, because this seems to be a very pan-national thing. Look, all over the country, educated Hindus, this is what is happening. The current young generation is not getting married, or they are not reproducing. So all this is also going to lead to plummeting demographics for Hindus. We are going to lose 100%. You can, I don't want to, say doom and gloom, but 100% you can expect that the Hindu population, which is 80% today, is going to plummet easily below 70, even below 60 in the coming decades, because this is what is happening in front of my eyes. I can see entire generation stop. No marriage, no children, right? So the generation is stopped. No further progressing. Entire generations are stopping just like that. So this is what is happening today. It is very sad. Something has to be done. If Hinduism has to survive in this country, let me be very blank about it. The most important thing is our plummeting demographics, and this has to be solved. If this is not solved, all building all the temples, all the philosophy, all the Ramayana, all the Mahabharata, all the yoga, everything is not going to save us, because at the end of the day, it's numbers that will keep our culture alive. If we don't have the numbers, we are gone. We will be forgotten culture eventually. I hope the younger generations think about this at least, right? Because culture cannot survive with money alone, not with cars, not with technology. Culture has to survive with even the demographics. The number of people have to be there, right? Okay. All right then. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.